This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Sheffield here for Brook versus CHAVES press conference, October 24th, Sheffield Arena.
Everyone's gone.
Everyone's gone.
Everyone gone. Myself and Adam Smith.
That's it.
Shows the dedication and desire. And Barney Francis, head of Sky Sports, if you're watching this, Adam Smith is still here. And look how hard he's working over there as well.
Brook CHAVES obviously announced it last week. KELL wants the big names, but CHAVES is in his way ahead of that.
Yeah, I think now that the dust has settled, I think people understand what a good and tough fight this is. Obviously we talked about Rios before. This is a much tougher fight than Brandon Rios, in my opinion. Hasn't got the name of Brandon Rios, but it's a much tougher fight. The Bradley fight was discussed. He drew with Bradley. I know I'll get plenty of stick for saying that, but he drew with Bradley. And it's a proper tough fight. It's a fight that can show us where KELL Brooke is in terms of the other welterweights out there, and I think it's what he needs.
The other day you said that this will be a tougher test than Sean Porter. You still stick by that?
I believe so. I do, because I think he's got more to lose in this fight than he did against Sean Porter. I really like Sean Porter, but I'm not that convinced that he is a top 5 welterweight. I think he's obviously a top 10 welterweight, but I just think there are better welterweights out there. And again, I get a little bit of stick for that saying this, but I think KELL handled him quite easily. I don't think that was KELL Brooke's finest performance. I know it's the best opponent he's beat so far, but I think he could have beaten him better. And I just think CHAVES will be a little bit more dirty, a little bit more. I think he punches harder than Sean Porter. And yeah, I think it's a tougher fight than Sean Porter for him.
On the card also, it's that Ricky Burns will fight for the European title, and Gavin McDonald will defend his one against the fight he was meant to have had in Leeds. So adding more fights to the card.
Yeah, I mean the first two. I mean we got those 2 European title fights. McDonald will fight Parody. Burns will challenge the European champion Edis Tatley, which is a great fight for him. And then we've got a chief support to announce as well, which will be a big fight. We'll announce that next week. Beneath that, you got Josh Wale against Lee Wood. A number of other young kids on the bill, and of course live in the arena as well, Klitschko Fury. So shaping up to be a great night.
Chief support involving.
There's 2 fights that I might put on.
Can you tell us who the fighters involving?
No, because one is not yet a matchroom fighter.
Oh yeah.
You don't know that. But then
You
I could put
earlier.
Joshua on.
Really?
Depending on how he gets on Saturday. Because September 12th to December 12th, he's 3 months. He could defend his Commonwealth title in the interim. Unlikely, but could do.
But that might obviously risk your big plan in December.
Possibly. That's something to consider as well.
Trying to think. You already told me who that other person was, by the way.
So what, you're pretending that you
No,
don't know?
for a moment I forgot, that's all.
Yeah, be
But I
interesting
remember.
to have an international name on the card, wouldn't it?
No, you
I just
throw
did
me.
that to throw everybody.
No, you throw me. Just quickly talk about obviously Jamie McDonald. Sunday night boxing. TV-wise, it works, but obviously.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, obviously my old man was out there. I couldn't go because I was in Leeds. Sitting there on the couch Sunday night, Mrs was in bed. What else do you do? Warm bit of boxing, fantastic. They've got a real problem in America with these live audiences because there is no atmosphere, and it's even more difficult on a Sunday night to do it. And when you go from obviously Leeds on the Saturday, and the next day you're in Corpus Christi and you can hear a pin drop, it's not as an impressive product. Obviously the fight's got to be great as well. If you're looking at it from a UK point of view, one thing that makes the atmosphere so great is that people are there for a night out on a Saturday night. They've had a few beers, singing and dancing. Will they have that same mentality on a Sunday night? My opinion, no. But from a TV perspective, I think the scheduling of a Sunday night boxing does work. but I think the product will be affected. I think it will have a negative effect on the product by doing Sunday night boxing. That makes sense.
Yes, there was some mixed opinions over the scoring and the decision. Well,
there wasn't.
I'm just saying,
there was like 2% of people who must have been watching a completely different fight, namely Dan Raphael and Virgil Hunter. How on earth you can score that fight to Tomoki Kameda? I just can't understand. And I'm sitting there watching it and hearing Dan Raphael saying, "Oh, after 6 rounds, Kameda beating McDonald to the punch every time." I'm thinking, what? Actually, after 4 rounds, I think I had it 3-1 Kameda. But after that, I struggled to give Kameda a round, maybe one. I thought it was easy work for Jamie McDonald. And a great performance. Listen, his story is, it makes me laugh. I just said to him then, I said, "Listen, Jamie, you know, we've got to think about now." And I'm pretty sure we'll be back in America. I think we have to be. I mean, we're already talking to Heyman and his team because it just makes sense for him after 2 good performances out there and the money that he can make compared to the money he can make here. He's got to be in America. And I said to him, you know, we could potentially look at an easier fight for less money or a really tough fight for more money. Oh, he said, "I'll have the tough one." Because he's, you know, for him it's about earning as much money as possible, and he's very straight up about it, you know.
Just keeping with the American theme, obviously Lee Selby will fight in Arizona,
October 14th.
which is Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Against Montiel. And then a few days later, obviously Cleverly fights
on the Friday night, yeah.
From Farah. So,
yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do because we've got the show on a Saturday. If I go to Selby and Cleverly, I won't be able to go to Birmingham. I really want to go to Birmingham, but I'm definitely going to go to Phoenix. But I really want to go to Chicago. Boxing porn that week. What a great week for boxing.
I want to be in New York, I think.
Ah.
What are you going to do then?
I don't know. I'll let you know for the next.
Not that it's a like
no.
Whatever you're at, you're at.
Do you think there'll be a big?
Do you know what? You should really.
What Eddie should do that week?
Do you think people are that interested?
No, I hope not.
Do you know what you should try and do?
Go on, mate. What's that?
Right, I'm going to make a suggestion to you. You should attempt at all costs to be at all 3.
I've tried that. The problem is you can get a flight from New York at like 7 in the morning. Doesn't get to London till 8 p.m. If there's any travel agents out there watching
you don't need
this,
to get to London. You just need to get to
I
Birmingham.
know, obviously, but how can I get from Chicago at 11 o'clock on Friday night to Birmingham for 6 o'clock on Saturday night? I think it's impossible. Could hire a plane, but I haven't got that kind of game.
Game or money?
Both.
Really?
What, to hire a plane from Chicago?
You should be at all 3. You represent the card on Saturday, the other 2 fighters.
I know, but you can't be everywhere at once. My old man had to do a little tag team. He went to Texas on Sunday.
People think you like send your old man there, but your old man wants to go see you.
Well, he went to the first one because we had a show in Birmingham. Yeah. Obviously, we had Leeds and I couldn't go, and he was straight out on a plane. As Jamie said, main man, barrier, and I just forgot about me.
Kell Brook, just to end on, obviously, since he beat Porter, he's fought.
Josh Warrington over there.
I know, I was going to say. Is he waiting for you?
No.
Oh.
Since he beat Porter. He nearly died.
Porter.
Then he fought his mandatory defence.
Yes.
Then 5 weeks later he boxed Frankie Gavin. Yeah. And now he fights Diego Chavez, who in his last fight fought Tim Bradley, drew. Fight before that, I think he won. Then he fought Brandon Rios, was beating him on all cards. Cheers, mate. Speak to you in a bit. You coming down Saturday, no?
No.
No, okay.
It's okay. I might come over, but...
Okay.
No.
All right, mate.
I'll be at this one.
Okay, mate.
This one.
All right.
See you later, Josh.
Yeah. So he's the best welterweight in the world. No one wants to fight him. All these fighters that come out on social media and say, "Yeah, I'll fight Kell Brook." You won't. You won't come to England, and the people who look after you won't let you fight Kell Brook. So we're going to have to find a pot of money for people who will. And the ones that I believe that will are Tim Bradley. After a while, Brandon Rios. But once Kell beats Chavez, I'm not sure that fight
They're
makes
fighting
sense.
each other though, aren't they?
Maybe. Seems to be a little bit of confusion. It appears that the WBO have said that Tim Bradley has to fight Saddam Ali. And the Rios-Bradley fight can only happen if Saddam Ali steps aside. And he said he's not.
Okay.
But, like, Danny Garcia, he ain't going to fight Kell Brook. Amir Khan, he don't want to fight Kell Brook. Sean Porter, well, he goes, yeah, I'd love to fight Kell Brook. Well, come on then. Come back to England then. Yeah, you got it on. If Sean Porter wants a rematch, Kell Brook came over and fought Sean Porter in his backyard, right, and beat him. If Sean Porter really wants to fight with Kell Brook, we'll take that fight. Come back to the UK, and we'll have that fight. People get going, why don't you send Kell to him? I don't want to send. He's a world champion. We're trying to build a strong pay-per-view fighter in Kell Brook in the UK, and big fights in the UK, and we will do it. But if these people want to fight Kell Brook for the world title, come fight him here, just like Kell did when he boxed Sean Porter.
You said Kell Brook is pound for pound the best fighter in Britain right now.
I believe so, yeah.
Did you also say that Kell Brook is the best 147 fighter in the world?
I believe he is.
So
I do take Floyd out of that equation.
do
Do you know what though? It's a tough one because I think Kell can beat Floyd. I do. But you get so much stick for saying it. But I do. I think Kell Brook. And you know what? I think Amir Khan can beat Floyd.
Guess
but-
we'll never know.
Tell me another welterweight who can beat Kell Brook.
Who could beat
I'll ask
Brook?
you. No. I'll ask you a question, right? And don't sit on the fence like you do.
I might do. I don't know. I haven't
Okay.
heard the question yet.
Kell Brook versus any other welterweight other than Floyd.
Yeah.
Would you back against him? You wouldn't.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't necessarily back against him, but I wouldn't say.
Do you think Kell Brook beats Tim Bradley?
Yes.
Do you think Kell Brook beats Danny Garcia?
At 147.
I think that might be the easiest one of all of them, to be honest with you. But anyway, do you think Kell Brook beats Manny Pacquiao?
Don't know.
I do. Do you think Kell Brook beats Keith Thurman? That's a great fight.
It's a great fight.
believe he
Again, I don't know.
Yeah, but you say all this because then you're not going to get the interviews when you go
No,
over
that's
there.
nothing to do with
You're
it.
so soppy.
I just said he beat Tim Bradley, didn't he?
I believe that if you ask those questions to most people watching this video, they will say Kell Brook. I know it. I'm telling you, he's the best. And you're going to find out.
All right, well, once we've found out, we've found
will.
out. But so far,
You can't, you know, the win against Sean Porter was fantastic. It was only a little bit of what Kell Brook's gone. I'm not sitting here saying by beating Jojo Dan and Frankie Gavin, you can say Kell Brook's the best welterweight in the world. But I can see it and I know what he can do. By the way he'll beat Diego Chavez, you'll see a little bit of it. And then in 2016, you're going to see all of it.
well, we should wait and see.
You know,
but
people, you know, they've got to understand, it's a bit like the Quig Donaire fight. We're still talking. These fights require, to make them happen in the UK, require exquisite timing. And the Bradley fight, for example, with the Fury-Klitschko fight and the dynamics of this pay-per-view, it just wasn't possible. So sometimes you might have to wait just another 4 or 5 months for them.
Okay. We'll see. But those fighters you listed there, I'm not. I think Kell Brook's a brilliant welterweight, but I don't know. I generally.
I do.
Yeah, but you're his promoter and you're going to say them things. But
No, I wouldn't say that if I didn't think it. If you asked me the question, I'd have to just go along with it and make it up. But I'm telling you as a statement, he beats them all.
with Mayweather taken out the equation.
I still think he beats Mayweather, but I do think Khan can beat Mayweather as well.
Don't know. Not sure I agree with you there. But
I don't think Kell will ever fight Mayweather, so it's kind of irrelevant anyway.
all right. I think Adam's waiting to talk to you.
All right. Oh.
Now carry on. What do you say Kell beats Mayweather?
Yeah, what do
I
you
think he can beat Mayweather.
Adam,
But you
seriously,
think
Adam,
Amir can beat Mayweather, don't you?
No.
Oh.
I think Amir will give him give him plenty to think about.
Do you think? Look,
Adam-
and Ed Robinson.
Adam,
I tell you.
Do you think?
hold on.
Now answer this question.
Ask me a question.
No.
Do I think Amir would beat Floyd Mayweather? You said you think Amir would beat Mayweather. I said Amir will give Floyd Mayweather something to think about with his speed. Would he beat him? In my opinion, no. Would Kell beat Floyd Mayweather? In my opinion, no. I don't think anyone beats Floyd Mayweather unless Mayweather goes on too long.
Okay, I'll ask him. After Floyd Mayweather, would you say that Kell Brook is the best 147 in the world?
Let's get Brook and Khan in a ring so we find out.
So
Answer this, though,
he's not
right?
answered that then.
Right, does Kell Brook beat Tim Bradley?
Probably.
Ed?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Bradley's
Not easy.
learn,
Not
it's a
easy.
bit dangerous,
Not
a bit
easy.
unsettled, Kell.
Ed,
but-
not easy.
Right.
No.
No, I'm saying it doesn't have to be easy.
Probably.
Does Kell Brook beat Danny Garcia?
Yeah, all night long.
Yes, I think he does.
Okay. Does Kell Brook beat Manny Pacquiao?
Yes, probably again, depending a little bit on when Pacquiao next fights. But yes, I think he can beat Pacquiao.
Ed?
Depends what Pacquiao's got left.
Keith Thurman.
Very good fight, probably the best. That's the most 50-50 of all those fights. Khan and Thurman are the two 50-50s. Mayweather, he's a serious underdog for Brook.
Where's your money if Kell Brook fought Keith Thurman? Ed?
Where is it?
I think with Kell, Matisse gives Kell a fight as well.
Where's the fight? Makes a big difference.
Yeah. Well, it ain't going to be in England.
I think it will be as close as the Porter fight, but Kell will probably nick it.
Okay, so basically, Kell beats everyone.
No,
he's
that's
by
not
far
what-
the best
that's not what they said,
147.
though.
They said he's better than Ali and Tyson and Sugar Ray Robinson and Leonard all rolled into one. But we're talking about some top welterweights here, and most of them they believe Brook has the edge. So he's the real deal, and you'll see it. Again, there.
All right, but the only reason people will moan about you
because
saying
he hasn't
things,
fought. Yeah,
because
but you'll see
you've
it
been
against
talking about
Chavez.
this for ages.
We've got a press conference in London in a few hours,
Yeah.
haven't we? We've got to get home.
You'll see it against Chavez, and you'll see it in 2016 all day long because he'll beat them all.
Thanks, Eddie Hearn, Adam Smith, and
When
Ed
you sign
Robinson.
that-